Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. So we starting from the basics, right? And what we want to start with is the things that is important, like they say levels, right? You mentioned it's levels to everything, and and it's called the shurut salat wa arkan wa wajibat, the prerequisites, and that which is obligatory, the obligatory acts, and the pillars, and that which is obligatory. So this is what we want to say. And the prerequisites of the prayer, shurutu salat tis'a. It is 10. It is 9. And the first of them is that the person, he must be what? The first one is that the person must be Muslim. He has to be Muslim first, because this is the first condition in order for all the other conditions to meet. Right? That the person must be Muslim. And then the second one is that the person, he must have his intellect. Right? Because some people, don't have that. Right. Some people don't have their reason, or they're not sane. Just like when you see a person that is majnun, that he doesn't have all that. Right? He doesn't have the faculties. Right? He's not held accountable. He's not held accountable in that stage, right? Because he is, when they say he's mentally retarded. Right. So
if he doesn't have the right state, he don't know why he's doing it. He don't got a purpose for it. He's just doing it because he's not in the right.
Or even, and taking a step further, when you see a person that is just all the way mentally ill, mentally, he's not stable. Right. He's not held. He's not held accountable.
He can't. Yeah, he does not aware of his actions.
Exactly. He's not aware of it. He's not aware of it. So that the person. The second is that the person, he must be sane. Right. He must be sane. You must be in that state, especially also when one is asleep. You're unconscious of which was going on or what you're doing.
So when you wake up, that's why.
So now when you wake up and you gain your conscience, then you gain your conscience, right? So this is the second one. That the person must have an aql. He must have sound reason. He must have his mind. And the third is that the discernment. One must reach the age of maturity. You must be in that age where you're mature. Right? And they say when you're in that age, when you're mature like that, you're able to make sound decisions. Right? You are able to make the correct decisions when you are mature. But this is the third one, is that you must reach the age of maturity. You must be at that age when you are mature. And the fourth,
is there a specific age that before a person sets to start praying? Is there a specific age where a person should start?
I'm saying usually, we prep the children. We prep the children like when they 7 and stuff like that. When they when they have that enthusiasm, when they are energetic, they have the energy and the strength to want to do it.
Right.
You let them do it. You don't discourage them or turn them away from doing it. Right. When they 7 and stuff like that, and you try to teach them about it and stuff like that, but it's not obligatory at that age.
What age?
Once they reach the age of puberty.
Now, is it the physical attributes of the puberty thing, or is it just because of the maturity level? Because I'm thinking it's more so the maturity level. It is.
Allah knows best. Allah will item in regards to that, but I know when they start to notice, certain signs.
Right and wrong.
When they notice in certain signs, when they're able to, they reach puberty.
Right.
Hair and stuff start to grow, and they start to, have those desires, and they start to ejaculate,
Right.
so forth like that. And when they reach that level, Allah knows best. Allahu A'lam in regards to those different stages or whatever. But I know, and in general, just on a basic level, on a small level, when they reach that age where they are mature enough in that sense, and that that small level of consciousness that they have at their age, right? If they 9, 10, if they're still not held accountable, they're still not held accountable for not praying.
Right.
But they want that's something that they want to do.
Right.
So you prep them,
Right.
get them, used to it. So when they reach that age, they're already kind of, they've been schooled. They've been prepped, and they've been, now they be wanting to do it. Now they want to do it. Dad, you ready to play, Dad? And even though it's not obligatory upon them, but this is something that they've been accustomed to.
So now it's second nature as
Exactly.
they grow into the growing age.
Exactly.
Right. All right.
As they start to grow, this is now. So when they reach 12, 13, at that tender age, they've been they're off to the races.
So this is a tool. This is the protocol preparation for that. This is great for the youth.
Yeah.
This what is it called again?
This is the prerequisites, the pillars, and the obligatory acts of the prayer. This is shurut, the rules, like the guidelines. Basically, is the guidance, the guidelines, and the structure, right? Because anywhere you go, for the lack of better words, it's basically structure, right? You can't go into somebody else's place of residence and just decide to do what you want to do. It's structure there.
So the 5 pillars are built off of 9 prerequisites, and these are the 9 prerequisites that he's given to you now. So these are the adjectives behind the 5 pillars of Islam. Anybody can say, okay, yeah, I pray, yeah, I do this, yeah, I do this, I give zakat, oh yeah, I fast during the month of Ramadan. But this is going to give you a tighter understanding of the actions that we need to carry out behind these 5 pillars. So these are what the 5 pillars stand on. If I'm right, correct.
This is part of all of that.
Right.
All of that is connected. All of this has, connections with each other. All of these, like they say, family. We all family. Like that is it's all connected.
Right. To be able to act it out.
Nah. So the first, again, as we mentioned, is Islam.
Islam.
Right? You can't just go into a place of worship or the masjid or a musalla, right? And just say, and just pray any kind of way.
Right.
You say, I'm gonna just, pray on my knees and whatever comes to your mind in regards to praying.
Right.
No, you can't just do that. You have to be Muslim. Right, and then you have to, and then there's steps to that. Right, steps to that. You have to, for the people that don't know how to pray, you have to get taught and learn how to pray. You can't just pray any kind of way and thinking that it's going to be accepted. It's just, those are just mechanical movements. Right? The Prophet mentioned, alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, "Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli." Pray as you have what? Seen me pray. Pray as you have seen me pray. You can't pray the way you want to pray. We pray the way that the Prophet prayed, the way that the Prophet, peace be upon him, the way he prayed. This is the way we pray. This is the way we pray. We can't just, you see some people, they pray like this, and they pray all kinds of ways. But in Islam, when we enter into Islam, now we have to pray that we have to pray the way the way that it's been prescribed for us to pray. You know, so those practices that we was accustomed to prior to Islam, before Islam, is out the window now. Now you have it's only the way that Allah has revealed it. Exactly, the only way, right? So that the person, he must be Muslim, right? And then the second, that he must have his intellect. You can't come into a place and just, be all, you got to be sane and know what you're doing. Some people, they are sane or whatever, they have it, but they don't have it. Some people are in and out with it, right? They snap out of it and jump right back into being crazy. Like, no, this guy's like, he off of it. So those periods of time when you're in that state, when you snap out of that, when you snap out of it, you do as much as you can of the religion. Right? When you do what you do, you do what you can when you snap out of those insane moments. But some people, right? Some people, they're crazy, but then they snap back into being, straight. Right? But in those moments when you snap out of you being crazy, you do what you can do of the religion. But when you're going crazy, it's just like
you can't come so long. You can't, because you don't know what your intention is. Your intention is not.
That's just like you can't pray in a drunken state. You can't pray when even if you
know the words that
you're slumbered and sleep, and even if you're say, for instance, if you're intoxicated, right? You can't just come to the masjid and say, Allahu Akbar. No, you're drunk or high. Those prayers is not even being accepted, right? Plus, you got the order on you, and you're chasing the angels away.
Yeah, because
you can't come to the masjid smelling like this. Not let alone you offend. If you're offending the angels, let alone the congregation,
right? Because they can smell it. The brother next to you,
exactly.
He just made a wudu. He's smelling that. He breathing that in.
Yeah. So also the discreet man, he must reach the age of maturity. Must be mature. We don't want to, you gotta. If you're gonna come into a place, we don't need you acting up. If you want to be like this, stay home.
Right. We don't need to tell you it's time for this. You're accountable.
Yeah. Stay home. If you want to be, if you want to act,
you want to be babysitting.
We don't need to be babysitting. Right. If you want to act like that, stay home. Stay home. Also lift in the state of ritual impurity. By performing the wudu, right? If you just got finished, passing down, urinating or defecating, you have to make wudu. You can't just, come after you finish using the bathroom and come and pray.
Now, every time you make a wudu, is it permissible to just wash your hands?
When you make wudu, you have to complete the wudu.
Complete the wudu. That's what a wudu is.
Yeah, you have to make sure you have to do it in a way that it was prescribed for you to do it.
Right, to purify. Yeah. Because a lot of brothers, I see them when it's time to make wudu, they say, "Oh, I didn't touch the floor. I just ate something. I'm just gonna rinse out my mouth." And that's that.
If they in a state of wudu already, then they don't have to make wudu.
What if they make something? Cigarette or
Lord knows, I don't know the whole answer to in regards to smoking.
Right.
I don't know if the smoke actually breaks the wudu, but
the smell of it. If it's
but the Muslim, but the person should want to cleanse his mouth and and hide those and hide it.
Yeah,
whatever you try, whatever you do,
that's not impure. That's not pure.
That's not exactly. And if you do it, and I'm not condoning people to do it, but if you do it, you do that stuff behind closed doors. You don't allow the people to see you in that state, or to smell, or to have a assumption, or to think like, damn, like he smell like that. What even if you telling them, now I don't smoke, but they smell it on you.
Right.
So to them, you making them think that you do.
Right.
Even if you saying you don't, but the smell is on you.
Right.
So you want to hide, even for people to having their antennas up about you. You want to hide those things and hide your sins.
Right.
And if you have it on you, change your clothes or wash your clothes or make the wudu or wash your body and you want to smell good when you come to the masjid. When you be around the Muslims, you don't want to offend anybody. You want to have a pleasant look, a pleasant smell, right? So the person, he must be in this state of, he must, number 4 is that you, number 3 we said that he must make the ritual, number 3 we said that he must be in a state of, that he must be mature, right? And number 4, that lifting the state of impurity, making the wudu from using the bathroom, defecating, urinating. If you pass gas, you pass gas and you smell it. You know that you passed it. Even if it's silent, but you know you passed it. You broke it, you gotta make that wudu. You smell it, you gotta make the wudu. You hear it, you gotta make the wudu. Even if you know that you gotta use the bathroom, and after you finish using it, make the wudu. And if you don't know how to make the wudu, some people pride get in the way and they don't want to say, yo, can you teach me how to make the wudu? And they just be in the bathroom just doing anything. Put the pride to the side and ask.
Because if not, you waste
or ask, to teach. Can you teach me how to do that? I've been Muslim, I was, raised Muslim, or I just accepted Islam, I just came into the fold of Islam, or, but some people, they probably get in the way, they don't want to say it. They want to just try to blend in with everybody else.
And that if you keep doing that, your prayers may not even be accepted. So it's important that we know the proper way to make wudu, and if we don't know, ask. Definitely ask.
So, and the 5th is removing impurity from the body, and the clothes and the places of prayer. Removing any kind of filth that's on your body, on your clothes, whether if it's inside or on you, whether it's outside and you see it as a parent, you got some type of filth on you. If you have it inside of you on your, on your inside, from using the bathroom or you had, whatever the case may be. You got to remove that. And then also remove the place of prayer. When you pray, you make sure that those areas is purified. Because you have to, pray in that area.
I don't have no 5s, huh?
Oh my God.
And then also, clothing one's nakedness. To be clothed. A lot of times you see the people, they clothed, but they're not clothed.
Right.
It's still apparent.
Right.
This is why, when you pray and stuff like that, you make sure that you're properly covered. Because when people pray, you can see they crack. The jeans is too tight, so you see they print. You see their aura.
That's offensive again.
You see the aura. So, clothing one's nakedness. And this is very important, and especially in this day and time, especially with our youth. They, pants are sagging, you can see the butt and everything. So you make sure that you're clothed. And then also, the entrance of the time of the prayer. The entrance of the time of the prayer. The time, knowing exactly what time that you have to pray. You can't just pray at random times. You can't just pray.
There's times that is forbidden to pray. There's times that are not permissible to pray.
You can't just pray anytime you want. Like, oh yeah, I'm just praying. I'm just gonna pray.
And it's in the middle of the day.
And you see people doing it. They're not knowing. They thinking that okay, I'm gonna pray to Allah. I'm gonna pray to Allah. I'm gonna just pray.
They
just feel like they just want to be religious. Just pray. No, we have set times that we pray.
Prescribed.
And then also facing the direction of the Qibla, facing the direction that you have to, the direction that you pray. Some people just be, but even though, even if you don't know, that's not saying that the prayer is not accepted. But we should try to
find which direction it is.
Exactly. And then also the intentions, having the correct intentions, right? Having the correct intentions, the niyyah. You don't verbally express your intention.
It's active.
It's inside of you. It's something that you already, it's like like they say, premeditated.
Right.
It's already
Behind the intent.
Exactly.
Right. So you have mental, then it goes, all right.
It's already inside. You don't say, "Oh, well, I'm gonna tend to pray Lord," or "I tend to pray this."
Right.
You don't verbally express it because this is not from Islam to express your intentions. Allah knows your intentions, but you don't say it verbally.
Right, because it's supposed to be second nature.
Exactly. So this is the basics that we want to touch. I hope that I was able to, explain it, to the best of my ability. But these are the things that we want to touch on, and this is the thing that is most important. And these are the things that we must be fulfilled in order for these things to take place. In order for it to be correct, this has to be fulfilled. We have to, at least know it. It may not be, we may not know it. We should try to learn it in order, but at least if we don't, we have all of them. We still have all of them.
And it's important. It's definitely important because it tells us here. It says prerequisite. And if you think about any school or anything, any class you've ever been to, the prerequisite tells you what you need to do prior to this. So this is prior to you even making salah.
It preps you. This is preparation.
Right.
This is preparation before you even get to those other stages, to those other levels.
Right.
So those other levels, this is the foundation. These are the things that we want to mention and go over so that
we can incorporate it into our actions before we pray. So we, inshallah, that our prayers are being our prayers that we're offering are being accepted.
And then also that we have, this makes us conscious. Right, we are conscious of what we're doing. We are conscious of what we're saying. We're standing in front of the Lord of the world. So we want to make sure that everything about us is like straight. Just like how you go to work and you before you go to that interview,
you got the uniform.
You tight. You
know
cut.
what you want to say. You know exactly how you're gonna come in.
You got your resume done and everything.
Right. You know what job you're coming for.
Exactly.
Your prerequisites together.
You prepared.
Right.
So just like in Islam, we have to be prepared.
Be in front of Allah.
This is prepping us to be prepared. Right. The basic stuff. What we, and this is allowing us to. This is teaching us to have awareness, to be conscious and to be aware of. So this is what, in a nutshell, a small benefit that we want to, touch on and benefit. And I hope that this was somewhat of a bridge or an eye opener, so that this can give the people something to like, okay, this is what we're going to be doing, or okay, this is what we should be doing, or okay, this is important. Giving the people awareness that this is important. I must learn how to do this. I can't just do anything I want in the It's not like that.
Right. It's not what it looks like. There's a prescription that's prescribed behind it as far as how it's going about doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it on the eye. A lot of times I had a lot of questions as far as how I felt after I did something not knowingly and was scared to ask, like, how to go about it, and I might have just went going about it the wrong way. And without knowing the proper way, you'll continue to do things so long that you'll be fooled by the way that you're doing it, because you're so consistent on doing it the wrong way. You begin to believe that the wrong way is the right way, which is not nothing that we do in Islam, and it's not nothing that is prescribed as far as sunnah. So it's important that we know that when we're implicating the deen in our lives, that we're following by this fine prescription that Prophet Muhammad carried out. So inshallah, this is our first video, this is our first class, and it is the introductory to the prerequisites to prayer, and prerequisites to wudu, and the prerequisites to
this is basically the
submission.
Basically your foundation. In order for something to be built, it has to have a foundation. Right? It has to have a foundation in order for anything to be built.
Right.
So this is we building our foundation off of this foundation. Right? Off of this basic foundation, and then we can start adding on the other different pieces, inshallah. Nah?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Assalamu alaikum.